Hello, hello, and welcome to this short video on using rosemary essential oil to connect in with the archetype of Gemini, which we are in currently Gemini season. And my name is Jenny King. I am a licensed acupuncturist. I am an Aroma Point therapist, which means that I like to put essential oils on acupoints to help transform mind, body, and spirit. And not only do I like to do that, I like to teach you how to do it. And in this video lesson, I'm going to just talk a little bit about, again, rosemary essential oil and connecting it with the gifts and lessons of Gemini so that you can bring that forward and use it. So Gemini, the twins. Gemini is the third sign in spring. We started with Aries, this initiating fire. We moved into Taurus, which is a fixed earth, and we're like bringing stuff in. And now we're moving into Gemini season, and Gemini season is a mutable air, which means that it's changeable. And if you can think about what air feels like, and if it was changing and kind of swirling all around you, it could feel maybe like a nice breeze. It could feel like a tornado. It could feel kind of crazy. And air is our intellect. It is our ideas. It's our ways that we communicate. It's writing. It can be music that travels through the air. It can be the way that we speak. It's the thoughts that we are thinking as they move through, and it's fast. Air tends to be fast anyway. And so if you think about like air that's constantly changing, it can feel a little like too much. It can feel very ADHD. Like I can speak to that. I've been ADHD my whole life. And so I know very much about this energy. And I think that's actually also why I love essential oils on acupoints, because it helps ground our thoughts. It helps ground our energy and our nervous system in a way that may be harder to get to if we have certain ways that we move in the world that are more ungrounded. And definitely ADHD is an ungrounded way to move through the world. So how do we harness this gift of like curiosity and intellect? And Gemini is very youthful and just like, ooh, pretty shiny, woo, yeah. And like, I really like all these things, and they can seem spacey and not there, and foggy and confused. I mean, if you get all these ideas, you can get confusion. So how do we cut through all that to get to the gifts, to get to that place of where we get to harness and that pollination place of being in all the different ideas and bringing them in so that we can get this juicy sweetness, this honey, the beauty of it. When we use rosemary. Let's use rosemary. Let's use some acupoints to do that. Obviously, this is not the only way to do that, but this is the way that I like to do it, and I like to show you how to do it. So that's what we're doing today. I have a rosemary here, grabbing my bottle. This is the 1.8 cineol. Rosemary has 3 chemotypes. So we have cineol, camphor, and verbone. And I just listed them in order of like how uplifting they are, because all rosemary can be uplifting. The 1.8 cineol, I just want to give you a little nugget of safety information, is it's not for children. It's too much for their respiratory systems. It's also not for animals. So if you're, I wouldn't diffuse the 1.8 cineol, but that's not what we're doing. We're using it on acupoints. So I would definitely not use this. This is not a video for children. This isn't a video. We're all adults here, hopefully. But I just want to let you know that. And so I'm using the 1.8 cineol, and I like to use my rosemary at a 25 to a 50% dilution, depending on how pungent that particular batch is. Some are really, really like, woo, Nelly, right? And some are a little bit more mellow. So if yours is a more mellow one, you may want a 50% dilution. If yours is a more woo, Nelly version, you may want 25%. All right. So I have my 1.8 cineol. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it on one finger. I'm using my index finger. Whoop. I'm dropping the oil on my finger and the floor. This area of my floor has lots and lots of oil in it for this exact reason. So I digress. Let's put a drop on the top of our head. You're going to slide your other finger down kind of in your booty crack and hook your finger down kind of like at the base of your spine. So we're drawing this oil all the way through our spine, all the way through our nervous system, connecting top and bottom. Whew. I'm just going to take a deep breath because I've been talking. Just sit and say hello and see what's happening with me and my oil. And usually I take a nice deep breath of the oil before I place it on me. And I can't remember if I did that here or not, but if I did not, take a nice deep breath of your oil too before you really put it on. So I like doing the top and bottom of the spine, especially with rosemary, because it is so lifting that if we have like an anchor at the bottom, it keeps it from being too lifting, and it brings, again, this energy when we're super buzzy and moving all around. It's like our nervous system is on overdrive. So bringing the oil down and kind of anchoring even that like pungent, like opening quality to the bottom of the spine, it also provides like kind of an anchor and opens up the bottom, kind of like that first and second chakra area. Now, this is not something I would do for a pregnant woman. So if you're pregnant, don't do this, because it's moving. It's not going to create a problem, but it's one of those things. I just wouldn't, it'd be a caution. I would not do this. So I'm just sitting and listening and feeling and getting a little bit lost in that. But, one of my teachers, Tiffany Carroll, she calls this rosemary the reviver. So you can kind of feel as you're sitting here, it's like there's this quietness that ends up happening and this uplifting. And I just feel clearer, more focused, quieter in a way. The bringer of bee medicine. And bees, if you can imagine, if you've ever watched them, there's something very calming as they buzz around, like this gentle buzzing noise, and they move from flower to flower, pollinating things, bringing together the masculine and the feminine, taking the pollen from one place to the next to fertilize things. And so it happens. What happens when we're in this like fertilization energy of bringing things together? I'm just going to release my hands. I can hold for like 1 to 3 minutes. Just wait till you feel like a shift. And I just felt more calm. I feel more focused, uplifted. That's rosemary helps. It's this oil of remembrance, because it brings our energy up. It clarifies things, helps get us out of the foggy, the scattered, the bogginess. Any sort of depressed, sinking energy now gets to rise up. And so when we are able to cross-pollinate, when we are able to bring our focus in and bring different ideas together, we create something new. And so I would invite you to play with this oil and point combination anytime you feel like you need, maybe you're trying to focus on something for work and you're creating something new, when you're just feeling maybe your energy is flagging because you have been in your head so much. That would be another great way to use it. If you just feel like you needed to be revived and bring some spirit up again to your head, and connect, a lot of times two other things we're bringing together. We're bringing different parts of ourselves together. We're bringing together our personal self and our higher self together. If we want some messengers to come in, we can use rosemary and just ask for new guidance, all within the realm of being in the messenger energy. So I hope you find this useful. I hope you play with it. I hope you let me know if you like this. And if you want to play with it more, you can, Aroma Point Therapy more, I have a free course on how to do 3 oils and points to connect your mind, body, and spirit. That's really a cool way to really feel what it feels like when your mind, body, and spirit are connected in a way that you can't get anywhere else. I have links below to get already pre-diluted oils if you want to just buy them. And I also have a link to a video that I made on how to dilute oils for Aroma Point Therapy. And then I also have a link down there for the Gemini new moon mini retreat that's happening next week. And so there's lots of things for you to explore there, but if you do nothing else, try this, see what happens, have fun with it. So take care, so much love from my heart to yours.